So wait, Jack Flag is dead?
Apparently. And, well, who knows? That's probably going to be reversed as well.
Yeah, we need to save Jack Flag to restore continuity. So that Channing Tatum has somebody to play in the MCU.
Oh, this article came out.
Jack Black has somebody to play in the MCU.
This article came out on the 28th, and the issue doesn't even come out. It didn't even come out until the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out
So
today.
why-
Yeah, preview, spoilers, bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. You know what else is coming out today? Spider-Gwen Annual #1. I'm totally gonna get that. It's gonna have. It has Spider-Gwen, the Penguin Spider. That's gonna be hot business. And so this is gonna be worth $8. And then people on eBay will be like, "You should pay $25 for this," and nobody will. Speaking of that, this episode has got an issue like that. So stay tuned for more of the What If podcast. Hello and welcome to the WIP, the What If podcast. That's a work in progress. I am your host. I don't really have any nicknames for this one. Oh, maybe some Thin Lizzy ones. The boys are back in town. The Slim James. Joined by, tonight there's going to be a jailbreak. The franchise and,
Smoking in the boys' room?
no, that's not them.
Who's that?
That's somebody else. The, what is it? You gotta burn.
You
Turn
got
yourself-
a friend in me.
Turn yourself around.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. Wait, joined by I'm Thin Lizzy, let's say the Fleetwood Mac, and your Tesla. Yeah, there it is. Those are the intros.
Oh, right. We'll go with that.
Yeah, so things to talk about. Well, this issue, we'll call it Women in Comics, aka STHORM.
Shitstorm?
Ooh.
That's what I actually thought you meant when I saw the script. I was like, oh, he just abbreviated it into Shitstorm.
Yeah.
But that's not nice.
First things first, obviously, on this subject, CM Punk is finally tentatively set to make his UFC debut. He's 37-year-old first-time fighter fighting a 24-year-old who actually meant to do this on purpose for a few years. So CM Punk is going to get destroyed.
No.
That's
Unless UFC is actually fake and then CM Punk wins via bullshit decision where they like
from the top of the cage.
stand around and punch each other a bit.
Pulls out a roll of pennies from his singlet.
Has the guy that he's fighting ever fought in the UFC before?
I don't think so.
Probably not. So it's probably
Like one of those guys who's like, I've got 2 fights in fucking Lewiston Armory.
Yep.
So, but do you think CM Punk has a chance of winning?
It's against a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Essentially a kid.
And
24 is pretty young.
yeah, but you're still a grown ass man by 24, and like CM Punk has a lot of nagging injuries from wrestling because wrestling kills people.
I mean, I haven't seen this guy. I know what CM Punk looks like.
So historically, how do WWE wrestlers do when they go to UFC?
Brock Lesnar did okay.
Yeah,
He's coming back on Saturday.
Yeah, he like barely won his first. He lost his first fight, barely won or something. Like he wasn't like, oh my god, it's this unstoppable monster. He's like,
He won the title in like two or three fights.
Yeah, because they were like, we don't have any good heavyweights, so just fucking put this freak show on.
Yeah.
He was an NCAA wrestling champion anyway, so like he's got some legitimacy. Whereas CM Punk, liked to play wrestle and pretend he was a jiu-jitsu fighter by doing cool kicks and rolling his wrists.
Yeah.
And wearing hoodies.
And named himself after CMP.
Did Kurt Angle ever actually do it?
No. He was like, guys, I'm totally gonna do it. I think he might have had one fight and like got demolished. Bobby Lashley actually does okay.
He actually does now.
Yeah.
Batista's like focusing really on his acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's also like 50, so I think he's probably like, well, done that.
Yeah, he's doing. Just
Oh, I can have a stunt double now. Yep, doing that.
Yeah. Drags don't actually have to act. I can just be like, adverbs. What are those? So, moving on to other things.
Oh, also,
Wait. On the subject.
The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson was on. There's a UFC podcast, and he said that he almost went into MMA.
This gloves.
Almost.
Well, everybody who was like thinking about wrestling in the 90s was like, maybe I should do MMA. Or they say that now because like...
Could have had Dwayne Johnson versus Brock Lesnar in UFC.
Oh my god. Rock bottom.
Why didn't Mankind ever go to UFC?
Then they'd get confused and forget that this is real fighting.
It goes through the people's elbow.
Bounce off the cage.
Oh, damn it.
The F5 him.
Yeah, I mean, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar had some fights. So like if I think CM Punk's long-term plan is to like have like 2 UFC fights, then hold Vince McMahon up for a shit ton of money to work like 4 days a year to shove it in his face.
Yeah.
And then you can have CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, the UFC super fight, but it's fake, so you can use chairs and make it cool.
CM Punk is not in the same weight class.
Well, yeah. Well, in WWE.
Well, they can just get rid of weight classes.
They should,
like it used to be.
Yeah, let's have an open weight championship.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar versus the featherweight.
Dan Severn.
Yeah, Dan Severn versus everybody where he can just legit German suplex them because he's the size of a professional wrestler.
German suplexes too.
And like
he did those for real.
Yeah. So that was UFC
Against
talk.
real people.
Yeah, when you outweigh a guy by like 100 pounds,
yeah,
and you're good at wrestling,
you probably could have just let go, just throw them over the
release.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, if Dan Severn had hung around for like another year in the WWF, he could have fought Kurt Angle right when he came in, and then you could just have real German suplexes all fucking day. And then Chris Benoit. But he does good German suplexes to his child.
Kimbo Slice coming back too.
Yeah, but what about that? Is it racist? Meme you shared with,
I don't know.
with Kimbo Slice
It could be.
fighting Muhammad Ali with that euthanized gorilla as the referee? Like, there's nothing racist on it, but the fact that the gorilla's a referee makes it seem like it's racist. But it was like not on a racist page. I don't know. The internet's a crazy place. The point is,
do what you want with it.
Civil War, the movie.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was good.
It's not racist.
No.
Like,
well,
Civil War was.
Yeah.
Who died?
Was not.
Who died in Civil War?
I don't know who.
Something that would be racist.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, what? I'm missing the point here.
Like,
Like,
you guys were talking about how Civil War was racist.
Black Panther.
Who's the one person that died in Civil War?
Black Panther's dad.
Yeah.
I thought Rhodey didn't die.
No, he's paralyzed,
Oh.
but having a robot suit, so he's fine
Oh,
practically.
I thought he was dead. I missed that part. I must have fallen asleep at some point.
So yeah, real good.
I don't know how.
Real good.
Racist.
I love me some Giant Man.
Oh no, he just died in the comic Civil War.
No, you're thinking of Bill Foster.
No, Rhodey did in this new Civil War too.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's read that.
Yeah.
I actually have it.
So spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
Rhodey's dead. They have to kill one black person every Civil War.
Right.
Monica Rambeau, look out for Civil War 3. Cap's a racist now.
Falcon. Ultimate heel turn right there if he had killed Falcon.
Well,
That's true, because then he'd be like, I'm Captain America now, bitch.
I'm back.
So yeah.
He has a thick Southern accent all of a sudden for some reason.
Well, he got real racist. He smashes a banjo over his head. So yeah, contrasting that to like Civil War has been talked about to death, so we don't need to really get into it too much. But contrasting that, X-Men: Age of Apocalypse, it sure was okay.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but you getting spoiled. I don't care.
There's a it's not terrible, but like, X3 lowered the bar so low that everything else seems kind of okay because it's not like this. Blah.
Especially when it's the same director.
Yeah.
That did that one.
Yeah, it got better.
Give someone else a shot.
But was Apocalypse better than Days of Futures Past?
I don't know.
I don't think so. First Class is kind of hokey, but it's got more of a direct plot. I don't know. And like Wolverine Origins, that sucked so badly that like you compare these other X-Men films to it, you're like, oh. But like this was such a movie. Like a whole bunch of shit is happening. If you like it's like spilling a bunch of X-Men trading cards on the ground and picking them up. It's like, oh, here's Psylocke, she looks cool, and Archangel, he's there. And
Blob.
Blob was there for a little bit.
Nice.
Weapon X Wolverine. Just like all this stuff. Oh, well, Jubilee, she's
that
there.
was the best part of the movie.
Jubilee's
Weapon
cook.
X Wolverine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
That reveal. And
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't very long, but
Berserker Barrage.
They found him in a cage and then busted him out, and he fucked shit up.
Yeah, and he had some stupid Weapon X shit on him with his
that big
suspenders
helmet
and some wires and
And then Jean Grey took his helmet off, and then he went out into the snow. That's another thing though. Hugh Jackman is 57 years old, and the girl that plays Jean Grey is quite young.
Yeah, so like
So
Gross.
Wolverine in the comics is how old?
like 200.
Everyone
it,
he dates.
It all depends on how old he looks.
That's right. Does he have gray at the temples yet?
No.
No, this isn't the future.
Oh.
This is not Old Man Logan
Yeah.
He's completely gray in
Or-
Old Man Logan.
or Days of Future Past.
Yeah. So
Whatever year that is.
yeah, the distant not too distant
Not
future.
too distant future.
50 years
because-
into the future.
How?
I don't know.
Because then, like, Shadowcat is the same age. All of those guys are the same age.
It's part of their mutant power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe Shadowcat can teleport people, apparently. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Psylocke, was she the one teleporting people in Apocalypse, or was it
I think
Apocalypse having?
We discussed that.
Yeah.
I think it was Psylocke.
But it would make more sense if it was Apocalypse's nebulous. I've got a bunch of powers.
How does he get? Oh, he gets them by inhabiting people's bodies.
Yeah, he gives blood transfusion.
Because when he goes to get Psylocke, they walk there.
Yes, and it is her
But then
shade of purple.
After they get Psylocke, they're able to teleport to where these people are.
Yeah, so that's bullshit.
Yeah, she like opens up portals and something.
But yeah, it's totally within her power.
And so when you think of Apocalypse and you see Archangel, when you think there'd be a story there.
Mm-hmm.
No, it says Archangel's fighting in a cage, and his wings get fried by electricity.
Nightcrawler did it.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
So Angel's like sad for like 5 seconds, and Apocalypse is like blah, and he's like, okay, I guess it's kind of mind control.
Angel turns into an alcoholic real quick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just drunk.
And so,
Does he
but
get blue skin?
no,
Oh.
he doesn't have that, and he's not even like sad about having metal wings now or whatever. He's just like generic bad guy. So it's like you wasted it. This is Vinnie Jones' Juggernaut all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, we need Juggernauts. Just throw him in there. Don't
Bitch.
explain him.
Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's not bad. I've seen worse, but it's very much just like a movie, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh my God, Civil War, like Apocalypse. It's fine.
And the
It was
Quicksilver
there.
parts again are
Yeah, it's
like
pretty good.
again one of the best parts
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
movie too.
I've seen a lot of like clips of the Quicksilver parts because that always
Yeah.
looks awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty
What would have happened had he not showed up when he did
Everybody's dead.
at the mansion?
Everybody's dead.
Oh, also I watched Deadpool again.
Uh-huh.
Deadpool references their mansion blowing up like every couple weeks, and then in Apocalypse their mansion blows up.
Foreshadowing or just coincidence because of a plot, like easy plot?
Probably
Easy
coincidence.
plot, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, how much would it suck to be Quicksilver and just having a conversation with someone? Just that.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing, that like he's walking with the rest of the team. Like it must be so frustrating.
Maybe he's constantly just going out and looking at other things
Yeah.
and running back. So it's
Possibly.
just like,
But like even
Checking in every couple seconds.
So when he talks, really to him, he sounds like he's stretching every word for an hour.
indeed. Who's
You can play Pong really fast though, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Just because he's fast doesn't mean that your arcade
Your-
game is going to
your-
go faster.
Pong would be so easy.
Your 4K processor or whatever
It's
doesn't.
going.
Yeah, that does make the ball go faster.
Pretty sure it does that. That was in Days of Future Past, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the other time he appeared.
Yeah. He's gonna,
Oh, when he got killed in Age of Ultron?
Exactly.
No.
He was. It's like Flash in the Flashpoint, Quicksilver Point, Quick Point.
Because they use the quick force instead of the speed force.
The new season of Flash is going to be doing Flashpoint storyline.
Anyway.
Back to
Oh,
X-Men.
other movie news.
Uh-huh.
Just throw this in there.
Jesus Christ.
I only just saw this. You know who's playing Wong in Doctor Strange?
Who? Is it?
His name is Benedict, first of all, which is also Benedict Cumberbatch, but his last name is Wong.
Is it B.D. Wong, the guy from
Yes.
Law and Order SVU?
Yeah, maybe I didn't watch that show, but it is Benedict Wong.
All right.
No, that
Yeah.
guy's playing Hugo Strange on Gotham.
Oh my God! Damn it! There's too many Wongs. Two Wongs don't make it right. The point is, Shield. They're Hellfire on the bus. He's hot shit because he'll be Sky's new love interest, maybe, kind of, for a little bit, but he'll die so that sad Sky can be sad again.
Anybody who thought that that's a Ghost Rider teaser is a dummy.
Yep. But he's the
grandfather is
the grandson of Phantom / regular original Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Horse Ghost Rider.
Exactly. Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
So there's that. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Mm?
Saw a picture of him. See, this is why, like, you know, Tom Holland, he's a man after my own heart, because you're just standing around and he had this weird, like, half frown on his face, and I make those weird faces when I'm just standing around, like I'm just confused by life.
Yeah.
So
No, I thought he was good in Civil War. Like, very just awkwardly geeky.
Like a high school kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a real high school kid. Not Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, who's
Skateboarding.
yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see that.
So yeah.
Plus, he has a hot Aunt May.
Tony Stark's gonna put it to her.
No, again, he already did.
Oh yeah, they did it before he got there. Before Peter got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for the Spider-Man: Homecoming movie, not to sound racist, but lots of black people have been cast in it.
That's good.
Yeah, you got Donald Glover. Maybe he's Prowler. Maybe he's one of the Robertsons. Maybe he's Rocket Racer. No son of mine is going to be a criminal. It would destroy me, Robert. Maybe he's just some guy. Like, maybe this is the way of making, like, we don't have Miles Morales. I know, he's still Peter Parker, but you guys can have black characters for every other character in the movie.
Could be like a Black Osborne family. Like,
yeah, Blosborn.
where no one cares, like...
Now they're gonna, just to shit on everybody's dinner, they're gonna cast a white guy and he's gonna be Miles Morales.
Well, I thought you said race didn't matter. I thought you said it didn't matter what
Playing
color it was.
opposite of Donald Glover.
No, that'd be great.
Yeah. But, in actual comic book news, we've seen that stuff I forwarded to you. The new Marvel character, Mosaic.
Oh, yeah.
The character sounds cool, because he, like, passes on from body to body, a la Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost. But the costume they had in the promo art looks real crappy.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
Who is that?
I don't know.
He doesn't have a physical body, it said.
Maybe he possessed Cardiac or Captain Universe or Blue Electro, because that's what it looked like.
Because once he got his powers, his body... Or maybe that's mid-transformation.
Who's to say?
Maybe it's just
And then
being
after that,
electrocuted.
all I know is
that's gone.
All I know
That's
is, like,
one
when I
time shot.
when I read the description, it sounded cool. With that picture I saw, it looked like shit. But speaking of mind powers and losing your corporeal form, Bryan Cranston is Zordon.
Yeah, he is. He still has a body.
Does he? Well, in the Power Rangers movie, you
Yeah.
see it, but in the
Yeah, he's laying underneath
In a burlap
projection of his head.
yeah.
This is just fucking lazy. Sit up. Just sit in a chair. We can talk to you.
Anyway, so we were talking about Apocalypse, and on the subject of Apocalypse, we saw Storm in a nefarious role. She started out as a thief, then became a demigod to African tribes, much like 50 Cent. We got a rare look at the villainess Storm, but there's also Bloodstorm in the Mutant X-Verse, but who gives a shit about that?
Bloodstorm?
Yeah, because she was a vampire.
Oh.
But then on the subject of 80s X-Men and Storm's rude behavior,
So rude.
what if Volume 2, number 40, what if Storm had remained Storm of the X-Men had remained a thief?
Not to be confused with
Storm.
just a regular ass storm.
Or Wildstorm.
Hold on, I'm gonna move my chair for a second.
Jesus Christ. You do need a heads up on that.
Storm is essentially the Captain Marvel. There's just so many of them. You have to clarify. This is Storm of the X-Men.
Yes.
Not of the West Coast Avengers.
No, not Photon or Phaeton.
Not of the Secret Defenders.
Yeah, so in this one, she doesn't even have her mohawk. She just has a nice sort of punk 80s upsweep do.
Not that great.
No. I mean, I'm still waiting for him to get over here, for the love of God.
But man, she's shooting that lightning.
Point is, what if Volume 2, number 40, written by Ann Nocenti, unheralded female writer, wrote a bunch of Daredevil and others in the late 80s, 90s. You don't hear a lot about her, and, that was still a time where it was a lot of male writers. So, go and her.
Yeah.
She also created Daddy Longlegs in
The spiders?
in the Spider Woman.
The real life spider.
Who is
Daddy Longlegs?
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
a guy who's got long legs. He
like Stiltman?
People call him Daddy.
yeah. Yeah, he wanted to be taller, but she was a baller. But he was horrified to learn his magic spell or whatever stretched his body to ridiculously thin and tall proportions. So it's ridiculous.
Huh.
Yeah. This issue was drawn by Kirkwood Studios. It's just like,
just a generic studio.
well, it's two guys. Their pseudonym, Steve Carr
Kirko and Wood.
Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, and some other guy with the last name of Wood, who's not as famous.
Apparently not.
Yeah,
I know
he did
those other
this
two
one.
people.
yeah. But Steve Carr and Daryl Red Skelton,
Red Skeleton.
Red Ghost
Uh-huh.
Skeleton?
they did two whole other things for Marvel: an issue of Silver Surfer and a cover for Warlock and the Infinity Watch.
Ooh, I might have that.
They weren't that good.
What was it? Issue 1?
So yeah, the cover keeps it simple. Wolverine looks okay,
His hair is great.
but we have some issues. Storm shooting lightning out of her hands. We all know that she summons lightning from clouds, not from her hands, guys. Come on.
But it looks cool. I mean,
Fine. No, well, this doesn't look cool.
But-
It's like the letter Z.
it looks better than if there was just lightning coming from behind her and striking the ground in front of Wolverine.
All right, I'll give you that. But her foot is so big. See, like her foot. Look, see if I cover up that where her toes are, that looks like the size of her foot should be. Oh,
Yeah.
they just drew like Spider-Man's Todd McFarlane foot on there or whatever.
Just that little part's her foot, and she has an extra knee.
Yeah, she's like a horse. And then you got the rest of the X-Men are bullshit because you got just Colossus's arm flexing from behind a cloud, and then Cyclops, maybe he's tweaking his visor. It just kind of looks like he's
Holding his head.
yeah.
Oh
And then Nightcrawler's tail peeking, but it looks like it belongs to Cyclops, as you were saying.
Yes. Thank you.
no! What's
Yeah.
happening?
So, and it's just some generic green in the background.
Yeah, that's not the color I'd imagine when there's a storm going on, because you can see some wind and some stuff looks like it's flying around, cycloning.
Yeah, moves her body
Green.
like a cyclone. So, despite the appearances of competence, it's actually not good. You just gotta look a little deeper. So, we open with a real contemplative Uatu. What if you had hollered at that girl? What if you were an amazing pianist? Apparently, Uatu apparently stands at the fifth dimension, multiplicity.
Oh, with Matthew McConaughey?
No, with Michael Keaton.
Oh, that's who it is. It's been so long since I've seen that movie that I saw it once, maybe?
Yeah, I think I saw it in theaters.
Oh, man. I remember renting it.
Because I was like, that's Batman, this will be great. The premise is simple, really. Rather than step on a boat for Africa, racist, Aurora Monroe stays in Cairo, which is in Egypt, which is in Africa. This is one of those things where when people say Africa, they mean...
Racist Africa.
Yeah, the like lower Africa, but your Libya, and your Egypt and all those. They don't mean those, but
They mean Kenya,
yeah,
pretty much.
yes,
I mean, that's it.
Nairobi, Zimbabwe. So yeah. Also, it also notes that she was buried alive as a youth, hence claustrophobia.
Well, it's good they threw that in there, because that makes sense.
Yeah, when she passes out thinking about a cardboard box.
When she's up and flying around in the open air,
Yeah.
literally as far from claustrophobic as you can be, but she thought about it.
Yes, Storm.
Make it stop! Storm! Stop! Make it stop!
So Storm runs into Herman Hassel, who is claimed to be an honorable thief in our reality, with the likes of Boxcar Berthan and Jack Black.
Yep.
Yep, Jack Black like Jack Black, but it's not Jack Black. But I can find no record that he existed in any Marvel book or was a real life character, like an actual real life person that they were then. So this is just completely made up for this, but they're saying it was also from our reality. God damn it, Uatu. Stop it with your web of lies. Or it's that thing where he exists, but we never saw him. He just exists off panel.
But
He was doing all those other things that led up to big events.
He's being a good thief.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thieves
Never
don't.
noticed him.
Yeah.
So he takes Storm to New York to do some real, maybe honorable thieving. she takes the name Jack Black. That's
Totally makes sense.
fantastic.
Storm does?
Yes.
Oh.
Jack Black?
Oh, I guess she's
It's
trying to pretend like she's a...
Yeah. And it becomes their hilarious... Well, yeah, she initially meets him dressed as a boy, but then... So it becomes their hilarious in-joke. So that's why she keeps the name. Because it's a pseudonym for a thief. What's it matter, you know? She's the Artful Dodger.
Yeah.
So Jack almost gets raped trying to rob some guy. And then a gang of female thieves maybe save her. They all end up in jail.
She doesn't even seem like she got that much money when she almost got raped because she's counting ones.
Yeah.
Like she's got a handful. But 5, 6, 7.
Guy's real mad when he finds out that she's a girl.
Yeah. No, he's
Why, heck, you ain't no boy.
A girl pushes her down. A pretty girl.
Ooh. So yeah. So then Storm's powers manifest in jail because she's stressed and probably thinking about an enclosed space that is the cell.
Mm-hmm.
Although she should just be passing out.
Seems like the part where she's about to get raped would have been the time for powers to happen.
Nah, it's fine.
She needed to get saved.
Yeah. So we flash forward a few years where Hassel has trained her to be a totally badass punk in a leather jacket who robs rich people and using her lightning powers.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially she's just Electro. But yeah, so she starts having a crisis of conscience because she doesn't really need to steal anymore. And, you know, it's not about surviving at the hands of these rich people and sort of Robin Hooding herself. She's just stealing from richer people. So there's no honor in her thievery if there ever was one. So then Storm steals something called, quote, the gemstone, end quote, which the X-Men want. No clue as to what this actually is.
Well, don't worry about it.
It's not the gem of Siratak, nor is it an infinity gem, nor is it ever actually explained or I even think seen.
The gem of Siratak is the ruby.
Yeah.
Come on, it's doubly not that.
It's for sure not that.
Yeah. So the X-Men, for some reason, go to... Well, I mean, the reason, but, like, they go to Herman's apartment looking for it. But would the X-Men actually do this? They're never the type to, like, shake...
All of them?
Yeah.
Or a
They would send...
fairly large group of them?
Yeah,
The apartment is tiny.
4 of them. Like, they might send in Nightcrawler for reconnaissance, but they don't go and shake down humans, because they want to...
Bamf in there real quick.
Yeah, it's like... They don't... They're trying to not piss off humans all the time, so they're not going to go 4-on-1 and fuck them up. So then we get the infamous keyhole page where they invade the apartment and Wolverine smells him maybe but doesn't do anything because I don't know, they're just whatever. Yeah, he's laughing about it too. It makes no sense. Also, there's an inconsistency where Wolverine's in his brown and orange togs in the book, but he's in his blue and yellow on the cover.
Yeah, well,
Come on,
that
guys.
Cover they just pulled from somewhere. That's obviously just somebody wasn't using it.
Uh-huh. So yeah, so because they go to visit Storm, or the guy's apartment, Storm ends up fighting the X-Men after, quote, researching where they live. That's their, like, tiny little panel of explaining how Storm found out who was stalking them, what they are, where they're from. And so you just write it. It's fine. And then she went there.
Well, to be fair, Herman did ID him by saying, I saw big black X's on their belts. There's only one group of people that ever would wear X's on their belts.
Yes. Xenomorphs.
Mm-hmm.
So X-Men or Storm ends up fighting the X-Men 4-on-1, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and Wolverine. And she holds her own for a little bit, electrocuting Wolverine and cycloning Cyclops before Professor X just uses her mind powers to calm her down, as he is wont to do.
Cyclops, just fucking shoot her.
There's no time.
I got a question here. Because we're in this part.
Yeah.
Oh, those claws, are they your bones? Wolverine replies, down to the spine, baby.
Wait, what? Those claws, they are your bones. Down to the spine? Yeah, that's
The
not...
claws go all the way to his spine in
Yeah.
this universe.
And I guess, yeah, because it's an established
bones.
he had
Regular bones.
he had bone
Right.
claws before he had, and
But
yeah,
they're not now, because, I mean, they're clearly metal.
yeah,
Why would you assume, oh, those are probably your bones, right? Those things that look like actual knives coming out of your hands?
Yeah.
Like, granted, it'd be a bit wordy to explain. Well, actually, my bones are covered in metal, but there are bones within these claws. But it's actually metal on the outside, not bone.
Why didn't he just say, yeah, down to the spine? Just sounds...
Yeah,
Yeah, he
and
does
that
have-
basically, yeah, you could get by with saying, "Yep, they're all mine" or some shit like that. But saying "down to the spine" is a really weird thing that doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't. Some poor writing.
Down to the wrist is essentially where they go. Yeah, that's another thing. That Wolverine's claws retract, but they have to go past his hand down to his forearm.
Yeah, because they were long.
From here, they have to sit in here, otherwise
Yeah.
he wouldn't be able to bend his wrist.
Yeah, or he'd like tear them open constantly, just blooded meat. So basically, Professor X can't convince Storm to stay with the X-Men, but she does go back to Africa. So I think Professor X is a racist.
That's his goal.
He just threw that in there real quick.
Have you
plus you want to go back to Africa.
Have you considered going back to Africa?
If you don't want to join us, just go.
So yeah, we get the shitty happy-ish ending where the what-if person ends up where they might kind of normally be anyway. Blah.
The hair.
Yeah, with Storm's
Captain Planet hair.
Yeah, Storm's got a Captain Planet mullet. God damn.
I see it a lot. There's a few panels of just seeing it from the back. That's
Oh.
a money shot.
So yeah, the art's a little less wonky than the cover. It's fine. It's serviceable. Storm doesn't have ginormous feet, so that's good.
Look at this one.
That's
pretty petite.
Yeah, they just
Pretty
went
regular.
they just went full Spider-Man on the cover for some reason. Like the Mike Wieringo
Oh yeah.
crazy Spider-Man. Like not even. That's not for Storm's feet, man. Yeah, the gemstone. They never explain what it is. It's it's the plot device is what they should have called it. Who is Herman Hassel? And why do the X-Men bother to hunt down a thief like 4-on-1? Who's to say? It's kind of shallowly written, you know.
Right. There's no explanation of Professor X like, oh, I had sent my X-Men out there because we needed this gem because of the alien invasions of Shi'ar and blah blah blah.
My mind, Lalandra. So yeah, it's actually kind of a bit lacking. So D, solid D.
Mm-hmm.
As far as ads, we can get a Death's Head shirt. Not Death's Head 2, Death's Head 1.
There we go.
And an ad for Thor 450 with maybe Eric Masterson or just Bearded Thor. He does the Journey into Mystery 83 hammer swing, which transitions into our next issue. Thor Ragnarok is also a thing. Apparently it's going to be we're talking Thor, that's the transition.
There you go, in case you missed it.
A hilarious space buddy cop road trip comedy starring the Hulk and also Thor.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a Hulk movie.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum as Grandmaster, who's the Deus Ex Machina character incarnate. It's like, you guys should fight now. Do it. So that you can have your contests of champions and whatever other bullshit you need people to fight. Do it!
Battle Worlds.
Yeah, they got to do something to give Thor a good movie.
Yeah.
On the list of Marvel movies, both of his are way towards the bottom.
Yeah, and it's not even, to me, like that they're that bad.
No.
They're just completely different than everything else in the MCU, and if you don't find this fantasy bullshit interesting, they're real boring.
They're not as connected either to like the rest of the MCU.
Yeah, you can see where Thor just fucks
all-
off for several movies at a time in his...
Yeah, like Civil War. Where the fuck was he?
Yeah,
he's in...
Do you think he'd want to help somebody?
No.
Yeah, or be a robot clone real quick?
Or even just call him up on the phone and say, hey, can you come help? And then he'll say no.
Okay.
Just give him a cameo.
Yeah.
Say, nope, I don't feel like it.
Just
or, "I'm
explain
busy."
it for one quick, just really offbeat thing.
Well, yeah, they just say that you don't know where Thor is. Oh, well, that's...
He's probably in Asgard. I have a pretty good idea of where
I
he
also
is.
don't know
Yeah,
where 5 billion other
and the
people
fact
are.
is, like, how do they communicate with them? Like, why did he show up for Avengers 1 and 2 and not, like, is he just, I'm just stopping in on Midgard real quick.
Yep.
Gonna put it to Natalie Portman.
Well,
but before that, just as a quick aside, we get Kate Blanchett as Hela. Hopefully she'll get her cool hat.
oh, that big,
Yeah, with a bunch of
almost
bajillion.
Galactus-y thing.
Yeah, flat black, 2-dimensional.
A thing that I had seen said it was going to be a lot about Hulk versus Bruce Banner. So possibly, maybe they could split like they do sometimes.
Yeah, there's been a couple
There's-
instances of them splitting.
Will that Hulk versus animated movie. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I mean, it's animated versions of comic books, but Bruce and the Hulk split. Loki does it. Loki splits them, and then sends the Hulk after Thor.
So that's probably what's going to happen in the movie. I mean, that makes total sense as to...
Yeah, that would make so you get your Ruffalo ruffling, and then oh my God, Thor or Hulk's this uncontrollable beast, so you need Thor to fight him.
That can fight beats the fuck out of Thor too.
Well,
big time.
Yeah, and then you get a heroic comeback.
Yeah.
Or not. It's just
Thor is dead.
Hulk is just fist pumping the entire movie. So yeah, but sadly-ish, much like Pepper Potts getting the boot, Queen Amidala herself, is she Queen Amidala?
Yes.
The other one, I don't know, either way. Natalie Portman is apparently out of the Thor movies.
Well, Jane has moved, so she's now in London, not in Santa Fe anymore. And obviously she has sort of gone through missing Thor and also being upset at him because he didn't come knock on her door when he was on her planet. And so, so she's definitely been getting over that and trying to move on.
Look, she wanted out, right?
Yeah, I was like, what? Is you too good for this shit?
Well, until
Anthony
she gets a bigger part.
Well, no, this is when you recast. This is what Ronda Rousey is for, female Thor. So, but yeah, like Thor's got Anthony friggin' Hopkins. You think you're too good for it with your Black Swan and your Chardonnay?
And Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
And Jeff Goldblum.
So the point is if we're getting a female Thor in the movies in like Phase 6 or whatever, it won't be the port.
No.
So that's what you get. You get your Ronda Rousey or Jennifer Lawrence when she's done X-Menning. You be like, hey, come over here. Maybe Skye can wield Mjolnir.
Oh God.
The worst.
She's worthy.
Is there any on the list of Marvel movies coming out in phases up to Infinity or whatever? Are there any Hulk movies coming out?
No. Thor. Marvel doesn't have.
Thor Ragnarok will be the next.
Yeah.
Hulk.
Basically, Marvel doesn't have the rights to a solo Hulk movie or like distribution rights or something.
Huh.
Like technically, still Universal has that, but they can use the character. Legal wranglings, bullshit.
Call it a Thor movie.
Yeah. So we'll just put Hulk in a bunch of movies and don't worry about it. Because also sometimes Hulk solo stuff. Okay, we get his origin and he's mad at stuff. Then I guess he's jumping around and also mad at stuff. Maybe Thunderbolt Ross is there, but it's out in a desert and he's just smashing stuff.
He's better as a
team. Yeah,
a teammate.
Unless they do World War Hulk.
Yes.
Or like Planet Hulk.
But
leading up to World War Hulk.
But because they can't have Hulk in the title, so it's just a planet.
Yep.
Planet Banner.
Thor 4. Planet Banner.
So anyway, Thor is Jane Foster in the comics. Here's your Wikipedia level synopsis. Nick Fury whispers a unrevealed secret. Could be Joker's 3 people. Could be the Jessica Jones like butt stuff.
You really are a little anal crumpet, aren't you?
Those aren't secrets.
And suddenly Thor Odinson, who's blonde Thor proper, we'll just refer to him as Thor Odinson.
Yeah.
He can no longer wield mighty Mjolnir.
Why?
Because of this unrevealed secret.
So he revealed the secret, and the secret made Thor unworthy.
Apparently. Comics.
What?
It doesn't make any sense.
It's true. So,
well, is Nick Fury black or white? Nick Fury's the one that tells the secret.
Nick Fury's dead too. So
yeah.
when did this happen?
I'm pretty sure this is Black Nick Fury because it just happened like last year or whatever.
Maybe he revealed to Thor that he's black. Thor is super racist.
Well, he is.
And now he's not worthy.
Yeah.
Maybe have these racist feelings.
Well, it could be that he killed somebody, but it turns out it was his own son because it's his time-traveling son. Because
that'd be like a good godly story type thing, like Hercules and
Oedipus.
Mm-hmm.
So Thor killed Oedipus, or Oedipus's dad.
Thor is Oedipus's dad.
Oh my god. So yeah, it could be that, or it could be Nick Fury's like Cap Hell's Hydra. But. I trusted that guy.
I'm not worthy.
Exactly. So, anyway, Odinson, he gets a black Uru arm because one of his arms fell off because he's no longer has super god powers, just kind of god powers.
So that gives him leprosy?
No, in battle or some shit.
Oh.
But anyway, and he gets an axe. Yarnbjorn, or Yarmir Yager.
That sounds made up.
Really, it should be called
York?
It should be called the Thor axe.
There you go.
Yeah. And so he's a superhero-y guy named Odinson.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Jane Foster gets Mjolnir proper. I think, from what I was reading, and from what I kind of remember from articles, it was mysterious as to who this new female Thor was. So then it was revealed it was Jane Foster. So you don't get a big on-panel moment of her getting the hammer for the first time. I think
In the new ones or in this one?
in the new one. Yeah, this happens on purpose. The what if happens on
I guess
purpose.
it says her name on the cover.
Yeah,
So
but
that's no secret.
But Thor Odinson should have just been Thunderstruck 2. Thunderstruck. But this wasn't the first time Jane was postulated to possess the powers of Mighty Mjolnir. Oh no! What if Volume 1, Number 10? A cover by John Buscema to reel him in with some good, classic art. Story is by Don Glut, who wrote a glut of other what ifs, including What If Nick Fury Fought World War II in Space.
Oh, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. Also wrote for Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Art by Rick Hoberg, who also did a few other what ifs, including being all over Volume 1, Issue 6, and a shit ton of Ultraverse The Strangers, which I assume is a team based on the sitcom Perfect Strangers.
Yes. Balky.
And Larry. Yeah. So the cover, also a Journey into Mystery 83 rip, but this time with a lady.
How come she doesn't get pants?
Sexism.
Mjolnir knows that it's a female.
Yeah,
now.
gotta get hot. Yeah.
So she's wearing.
Also,
trunks.
was it what's her face? Sarah McLachlan. It was like, you're reading Journey into Mystery.
I don't know.
Building a mystery.
Yeah, I know, but she could have been singing.
All right.
Now you're reading Journey into Mystery.
She should have become
Yeah,
Thor.
choosing issues so carefully. So, Thordis apparently can take care of herself. But can she? The question of this issue in its entirety is it fake female empowerment, or is it still sexist in the end?
Probably, because when was this written?
1976 or whatever.
Probably
Yeah.
a little sexist.
Cover art is fine. Thordis isn't overly sexualized, although, as you alluded to, she is showing off those gams.
Yep.
Thor doesn't have bare thighs.
He should.
Exactly. Sexy.
You know,
It's weirder because he has high boots, I think. Like you,
high boots and gay
Mid thigh boots.
yeah,
That's what Thor should have.
yeah.
Just like 4 inches of skin.
Yeah, Thor is still Thor proper. Odinson is still in a side panel on the cover, aghast at a woman wielding Mjolnir by the sacred beard of Odin. So he's got his like Ron Burgundy moment on. And one other note: Jane Foster's name is in italics, almost like it's her logo in the question. Now Thor got his traditional Silver Age logo, but if this were the '90s, Jane Foster would have her own proper logo. So, like, what would it be? Like some script.
Yeah,
Maybe sort of flowering.
feminine and-
Yes, sort of like a Jane Austen inspired.
Yep.
Jane Foston. Australian for beer. And just one side note before we get into the story, just about the book itself. This book is an example of what I call some eBay bullshit. I bought it for like probably $4. And now people are desperately trying to sell it for $20 because it's quote unquote hot in their descriptions. Because Jane Foster is Thor in 616, even though this doesn't really have anything to do with anything. And I don't think the $20 ones sell. And it's probably one of those things where it's actually close to being $8.
Yeah, if even.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where, hey, the value of my what ifs sort of went up after I bought it. So that Deadpool one, what ifs are a worthwhile investment. They're not really. The percentage return is terrible. If you bought like stocks and bonds, you would get something much more consistent. Then maybe one issue will be worth more.
1 out of your 200 or so.
Yeah. So
You should really buy the newer ones that are coming out.
Yeah.
Those are, well, the Deadpool one was
Exactly.
kind of recent.
yeah, so like that's why. Well, that's not why I buy them. I buy them because I like them. But That's why we'll keep up buying them proper. But I will not get all the variant covers because I don't give that much of a shit.
No. How many of those are there?
I was like, well, yeah, nowadays there's like at least one for every issue that comes out.
Yeah.
Of anything.
Yeah. So anyway, the book proper opens with Watcher. He's fat, but also pupilless, so it's a nice sort of in-between Watcher.
Segue.
Uh-huh. Describes Thor's Dr. Don Blake origin, where he goes into a cave and finds a stick, because the lava men or rock men or whatever are chasing him, as you're wont to do.
Yeah.
He's actually the surrogate for Thor, and Odin was like, I'm going to cast you out onto Earth, Thor, and you're going to be Dr. Don Blake, and you're going to forget who you are until you get the stick.
And you need a stick.
Although I think that's actually just something that they retconned after, so that they wouldn't have to deal with him having a real-life identity. It was just a fake identity. But in this reality, Dr. Don is accompanied by Jane Foster, his dutiful nurse, on his fateful trip to the windy Norwegian coast. It was described as windy in the book.
What are they doing?
The Rockmen invade and chase them up a mountain.
Why?
Much to the chagrin of Jane's addiction.
So that's one of those rockmen is actually the guy from Planet Hulk too.
Yeah.
Corky? Yes.
Corky Romano.
So Don drops his cane, so Jane slides down a hill to go get it, or maybe she trips. Little column A, little column B.
Well, it's...
Now, was this a really nice
Oh,
cane?
I tripped. My cane. I'm helpless without my cane. Why would you yell that mid-trip?
I need to explain this to somebody who might be reading it. So then she goes into the cave and finds a stick.
Mm-hmm.
She gets trapped by a secret door. So she decides in her infinite wisdom to hit this massive stone boulder with a stick. Huzzah!
I think partly out of frustration, I think.
Okay, let's
She
give
does
her...
say a strong man could move that.
Yeah.
Does she?
Or no, maybe a strong man couldn't. I doubt if even a strong man could move it.
Is it saying this out loud?
Okay.
Strong man is bolden.
Yeah, is it one word or is it a strong man or a strong man?
Strongman.
Okay, like circus strong man.
Yeah,
Does that mean I'm stuck here while the man I love is...
No!
And then, no, there's got to be some other way out. Whack!
So emphasis on words in comic
this
books.
boulder.
Let's discuss.
If only I could.
I'm just going to read it.
But luckily that transforms her into Thor. And we get a full-page splash of Jane's gams. And her hair's blonde now.
And does she really have to, can't she just call herself Thor?
Yeah, that's another thing. Is it sexist? Because now, in modern days, when we're Marvel's trying to be progressive, she just says, I'm Thor now. I possess the power of Thor. I'm Thor. But she's like, I don't know. I remember a Norwegian girl in nursing school, Thordis. Luckily, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Luckily, she didn't know an Ingrid or a Helga or something less heroic or to be gender appropriate, heroinic.
So you're making fun of Valkyrie, whose real name is Brunhilde?
Exactly. She just happened to know somebody whose name sounded like a female version of Thor.
Lucky.
Exactly.
Otherwise it could have been Thora.
Thorla.
Thorax.
Thor-L.
Wait, well, Thor-L is actually from
JSA.
subsequent amalgam-related Marvel DC crossover, which we'll get to when we do the super-duper bonus episode of all the amalgam comics.
Oh.
Spoiler alert for future episodes.
That's episode 200.
Well, we're going to do a top 24 count. I'm just going to do them all at once because they're not worth all talking about. So we do a top 24 countdown. So I'll just get that out to you.
Hey.
So Thordis rescues Dr. Don. And because Don Blake is an idiot, Jane transforms a bit away from him. And he's like, you totally missed Thordis, Jane Foster. How did you get out of that cave? Don't worry. I don't care. Bye.
Why wouldn't she tell? It's not... I'd probably go, hey, did you see what I just did? Or, hey, it's me, Jane.
So, Loki is trapped in a tree.
Of course.
Until someone sheds a tear for him. And as the god of douchebaggery...
So it's like Freddy Krueger.
No one does. So then he throws a leaf as a tree at Heimdall's eye. And that tear releases him from his prison.
Oh, okay. He's physically a tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you meant he's stuck up in the tree.
Like a cat.
Yeah.
Well, it does say he's imprisoned within a tree.
Okay.
But, I mean, you see him
Yeah, but he's phased into the tree. He's like Vision if he sneezed while he was walking through a tree and got stuck.
He climbed the tree and now he can't get back down. Until somebody cries for him.
Yeah, so Heimdall, he's there. Loki absconds to Earth to fuck with Thor. Care for an ad break?
Well, I was just looking at these 12-inch dolls, and they made sure to tell you that they are full 12-inch action dolls, fully articulated with removable clothes.
There you go. So you can switch your Spider-Man outfit with your Captain America outfit, but still have Spider-Man's head.
And they're $10.95. That seems like a lot of money back then for a 12-inch action figure.
Yeah.
It's not an action figure. It's an action doll.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, and think about all the points of articulation. You're freaking steel. So Loki absconds to Earth to fuck with Thor. And part one of Loki's plan is to turn 3 randomers into black and white negatives of themselves in view of Dawn and Jane.
So throwing a leaf into Heimdall's eye by default, because of the tear it creates.
Yes.
That works.
Yes.
That doesn't.
Not.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
He didn't technically shed a tear for Loki.
Well, it's the tree. No, I don't know.
He didn't shed it for him. He
Shed it at him.
because of it.
Yeah. Oh, because there you go.
God,
Yeah. So anyway, because Don Blake's an idiot, Jane runs away real quick and Thor's up, and Don is befuddled.
The hair's a different color.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not the same.
Loki's like, that shapely beauty is not Thor.
Right,
Sexist.
I like how he says that shapely beauty is not Thor, because the real Thor is a different shapely beauty to Loki.
Yeah.
And I also like how the walking staff, she made it into a hairbrush, so that
I didn't even catch that.
now I can take out this hairbrush shaped from a piece of Norwegian wood, like the song Norwegian Wood. But I'm not going to brush my hair.
I'm gonna tap it.
Yeah. Just saying all this out loud. Just one tap against the pavement with my innocent-looking brush, and I become.
I hope no one else is around. Like, she's yelling this, so even if someone just happens to be across the street, they know what's going on.
So yeah, I actually had my own ad break scheduled because, yeah, the next page. Spider-Man meets the Homewrecker. just the name, you know. Yeah. So anyway, Thor just uses some grade A comic bullshit to cure the people of negativity. Spinning the hammer causes it to emit antimatter particles, which she blows at the people to give them back their color.
But when she says that, by rotating the hammer at high speed, it emits antimatter particles. ... I hope. That's what she like. That's.
So you just fucking making shit up?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure this will. Like,
She's doing
what?
So here's some more comic book bullshit. Loki uses the spinning of Thor's hammer to hypnotize Thordis by sort of a strobing effect. So, but when she's about to give the hammer to a vision of the actual Thor, which is perpetrated by Loki, she snaps out of it by seeing her gender-swapped self and punches Loki.
What is happening?
Exactly.
It's just.
Yeah. Blaff.
No way, Loki.
So yeah, Loki returns to Asgard to tattle on Thor to Odin. So Odin summons Thor back to Earth, or back to Asgard. Like Don Blake and Thordis, you know. We get a shot of Jane's naked shoulders in bed, sexist, while she answers Odin's call, taking the Rainbow Bridge. Odin's pissed because Don Blake, Thor's actual surrogate, didn't find the hammer. Some woman did, sexist. So he's real pissed, and someone outside of his chambers wonders if this is going to be Ragnarok. Because Odin's pissed. Oh, Dad's mad. So Odin wants Thor to get his hammer back by himself. The Warriors 3, or whatever the hell they're called, Volstagg, Balder, and friends, suggest that Thordis can ride with them, sexist. Sif, you know, the strong woman that she is, cries for Thor proper not returning, sexist. She can't, you know, defines herself by her man. So we get a montage of Thordis fighting some basic bitches in the Marvel Universe. Radioactive Man, Lava Man, Cobra, Mr. Hyde, you know, all the top tier. He joins the Avengers. Giant Man is distracted by her beauty, sexist. He wants to cheat on or beat on Jan also.
Ooh.
Like, hey, nice. And Wasp was like, I'm right here. I'm standing right here. So Sif returns to Earth to seduce Don Blake and heal his lameness. The physical lameness, not just the fact that he
It's really lame.
yeah. Loki returns to Earth and tries to kill Dawn Blake in human form. He fucks up Sif pretty bad, so that she needs surgery. And then Thor just saves their collective bacon. The three of them follow Loki back to Asgard for honor to apparently fight the Mangog.
I like when they're in water.
Uh-huh.
And Sif's like feeling up his leg. I can feel it. I'm not lame anymore.
So yeah, it's there you go. It's a metaphor for impotence.
Mm.
Yeah, so they fight the Mangog, which is a big old monster. And like Sif and Dawn Blake return because they want to restore Sif's honor because Loki beat the shit out of her or something. That's like the explanation of why they follow them back, so that you can get all three of them at the same place. Yeah. Ragnarok looms again as it always seems
to.
The
fuck is Ragnarok?
The twilight of the gods.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but it's always looming.
Why are they so worried about it all the time?
It's looming. That's why.
Has it ever happened before?
Looming.
Well, there are stories in Thor of like how it's a cycle, and they keep going through it, and they have to break the cycle, and blah blah blah.
So yeah, fighting Mangog, we're getting some Ragnarok percolating, but Odin shows up with his dad dick to save the day.
Fucking swinging it.
Exactly. It's like, Dad's here. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. So after they collectively clean house, Odin decrees that Thordis relinquish Mjolnir because of fate. Also, the dad logic of I said so. That's why.
No, I found it.
It's like, nope, should be Dawn Blake. I said it. So Thor is Thor again. Jane Foster pines for Thor for a second, sexist, but Odin transforms Jane into a goddess because she was able to be Mjolnired. She's worthy, so she gets some goddess powers. Sif marries Thor, and the gross part, Odin marries Jane.
Oh.
So back to this Oedipal.
Part of his plan.
I didn't realize we'd be bringing up Oedipal complexes twice in the episode, but yeah, a woman pines for a man, then marries his father, and a man marries a woman who looked like the female version of his son. Gross.
What's happening?
Come on, man.
This is worse than like the things that spring from Zeus's head fully formed, then he has sex with them later as a cow. So yeah, yeesh.
Last ad.
Huh?
Last ad.
Huh?
Satisfy your meat tooth.
With a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Beef. Spice. So, overall mixed bag. The art's fine. Sort of like the Silver Age, Bronze Age-y thing. It's an alloy. If you like Thor stories, this has a lot of the cool Thor elements with like Loki trickstering in the tree. Heimdall's there. The Warriors 3. However, a lot of events seem to mirror existing Thor stories, and in the end, good old Odinson becomes Thor again. So what's the fucking point? Like, it's another, like the previous issue, that like, oh, what if this happened? Well, in the end, they'd all end up the same anyway.
Yeah, so then you could say this actually happened then.
Yeah, it's like,
Instead
well, what?
of it being a what if.
I was like, what? Who cares
It's
then?
going to come back and resolve itself in the first place.
Exactly. So it's like, maybe you just give me an ending where Jane remains Thor. Huh? How about that? That'd be crazy. She leads the Avengers or something, and there it is.
Yeah.
Or she marries Sif. I guess that's a little too forward thinking for 76 or whatever. Yeah. Nowadays, that'd be cool because Marvel would just be like falling all over themselves. We got. Oh my god, guys! One of our core heroes is a lesbian. It's fucking amazing. You guys should see. It's fucking amazing.
Not only is she a woman, now she's a lesbian.
Now, right, we just checked 2 boxes on
and
that
she
one
has
hero.
cancer. Doesn't she also have cancer?
Sure, why not? Bring it on.
But as Thor, she can't have cancer.
Correct.
All right.
But every time she transforms into Thor, when she transforms back, her cancer's worse now.
Oh, so it's a little like, we could get some little Captain Marvel sort of, she goes into, that's the negative zone, and then, so Thor's Rick Jones. Wait, what's happening? It all falls apart. But, so yeah, in the end, Jane Foster had the last laugh because she gets to be actual Thor in the reality that counts. So, suck it, Dawn Glut.
For now. I mean, when is she going to be Thor in 5 years from now, do you think?
No, we'll have Thor Rebirth.
Frog Thor Rebirth.
Throg.
Thunderstrike 3. Thunderstricken.
Is that his name?
Throg.
Pretty sure it's Throg.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, on that blistering revelation, we'll see you later. In closing, let me remind you that the What If podcast is available in myriad media. Audio is available on iTunes and Stitcher, maybe something called Blubrry, a little bit on SoundCloud, but the accounts on there are expensive, so only a little bit at a time. Videos of the podcast are available on YouTube, and some on Vimeo. There's also a related Tumblr at whatifcolors.tumblr.com, and all of this is visible at theslimjames.com/WIP. So go out there and find us, and don't spend the rest of your life asking, what if?